Welcome to this introduction to the Retail Compliance Center. I'm Tiffin Shoemake, the Executive Director of the RCC, and I'm going to give you a quick overview of the RCC and what we offer. The RCC is part of the Retail Industry Leaders Association. RILA is a trade association for the nation's leading retailers. However, the RCC is open to all retailers, not just RILA members. And better yet, it's free. These are the main areas that we cover. So environmental compliance primarily is for retail operations, mostly at the store and DC level, but also related to other areas such as transportation. For sustainability, I'm mainly referring to environmental sustainability, such as air pollution, water, energy, waste. We don't cover that much around social responsibility, for example, responsible sourcing or CSR reporting. However, you'll find that many of our resources include areas that would be under the E of ESG. If you're not familiar with ESG, which is environmental social governance, you probably will be soon, as the financial community is increasingly looking at ESG when evaluating companies. Note that compliance and sustainability are increasingly overlapping. For example, organics recycling used to be a sustainability issue for reducing food waste, but some states are now passing regulations to keep organic waste out of landfills and require recycling. So that makes it a compliance issue. We also cover energy management. Of course, this is important for costs, but also because retailers are setting greenhouse gas goals and they have to have good energy management to reach their goals. And finally, program management, because you can have the best of intentions, but you have to implement the programs to reach your goals. These are very broad areas, but the key is that all of our work is retail focused. So this is an overview of what we do. We offer many resources on our website. We have peer networking opportunities and benchmarking, and we also offer insights into current events that are happening. So let's dig a little bit more into our resources. So we have a lot of resources on our website, and you can find these by the area. So by the regulatory area, so air, water, waste, also by the main areas, regulation, sustainability, energy management. You can also find the resources by type. We have article pages and fact sheets, reports, matrices that show variations and regulations by state. And also some of the regulations are for different levels. We have introductory pages showing how regulations apply in a retail setting, and then the much more in-depth fact sheets. So let's dig in a little bit. This is an example of one of our matrices. So this is a summary of state requirements for spills of hazardous substances or petroleum. And this varies by state. Important for retail because retail tends to operate across many jurisdictions. We have these matrices for other regulatory areas such as hazardous waste, emergency generator permitting, and also sustainability areas, such as consumer bag regulations, both at the state and the local levels. We have much more detailed fact sheets that drill in on a specific area. These are examples of some of the energy efficiency fact sheets that we have. We also have ones around regulations such as FIFRA, VOC concentrations, and also emergency generator permitting, areas like that, much more detail about the regulations. We also periodically publish reports. This is an example of a waste report that we've published. The key here, again, is that it's very focused on how this impacts retailers and the trends around retailers. Oops. So just a quick summary of our resources. We have many resources. Go to the website, take a look around, and see if some of these are useful for you. So we also offer peer engagement, opportunities for professionals to hear from their peers. How are they meeting shared challenges? How are they designing their programs? And these discussions also help us to identify emerging issues. RILA has a number of member committees, but the RCC has some similar committees that are open to non-RILA members. We have the Environmental Compliance Network. The ECN covers a broad range of topics, mostly around facility requirements, such as hazardous waste, stormwater, FIFRA, underground storage tanks, air, and we cover current requirements as well as regulatory changes in these areas. The Zero Waste Network is a relatively new group that we convened because of the increased focus on recycling and zero waste in retail. Both of these networks are open to non-RILA retailers. We also are planning to hold joint annual meetings of these groups. These will be open to all retailers who are members of the networks. We'll hold it in around in the fall timeframe and have more educational content, networking, and other events. There are other RILA committees that are related. We have a RILA Sustainability Committee, Responsible Sourcing Committee, and an Energy Management Committee. These are primarily open to just RILA members. If you want to find more information on these, you can go to our website. We also provide benchmarking through the RILA Retail Advisor. This is a free interactive platform that's based on the retail leadership models designed for retail, and it's open to non-RILA members. We have versions of the advisor for environmental compliance, energy management, and diversity and inclusion. So I'm just going to show the RILA Retail Advisor for environmental compliance and some of the details, but all of the advisor platforms work exactly the same. So they're based on a leadership model, which is a framework for a program. The environmental compliance version is based also on environmental management system, which is a widely used approach to environmental management. So this is an example of the leadership model for compliance. You can see that it's a structured program and it goes from the essential level through to proactive. For compliance, what's important is that not every program should be at the optimized or even the structured level. Really depends on the company's risks, regulations that apply. What's important is that all retail companies should be at the essential level. The different levels, as you go across, they become more centralized, structured, more analytic, like using data to reduce risk, improve compliance, and also moving the focus from just compliance to reducing environmental impacts, and even more life cycle thinking to improving the environment. We have these leadership models for environmental compliance, this one, energy management, sustainability, and diversity and inclusion. So this is how the advisor works. So the retailer completes an assessment. We also have questions on the program, on like staffing, budget, and trends for benchmarking. This information is completely confidential. No one but the retailer and their team can see the individual results. The only information that is shared is the aggregated benchmarking results. So the retailer takes the assessment and that places them on the leadership model. Then the system generates customized guidance based on your results. You get these interactive results, you get peer benchmarking. For the environmental compliance and energy management, the peers are similar types of facilities. So we group together, say, large format stores with gas or grocery. They have very similar energy and compliance profiles versus, say, a small format store in a mall. You get reports from the system. This helps you with communication. Certainly for the compliance leadership model, this is mostly internal, and also goal setting, and then continuous improvement. You go back and take the assessment again and see where you are. And again, all of this is confidential. Even the staff here, we don't have access to individual results. Here's an example of two of the types of reports. The one on the left is based on the leadership model. This is a PDF that can be downloaded from the system. You can see for each line where you are and where your peers are. The little blue box is where the little blue C is where your program is, and then in the red are the different peers. The box on the right with the bar chart, that's an interactive screen from the system. And when you hover over those bar charts, it tells you where you are, what your score is, what your peers are. And you can pick the different peers. Do you want to be compared to everyone in the system or the specific group peer groupings? So just to wrap up the advisor, free for retailers, gives you that interactive benchmarking. You can use it for program evaluation, gap analysis. And we currently have the environmental compliance, energy management, and diversity and inclusion, and we're working on a sustainability version. So that really summarizes, that's our community engagement, what we're doing with that to give retail professionals that opportunity to learn from their peers, to network, and see how their programs compare. We also have insights. We offer insights on issues that are relevant and topical. So for example, our news clips, news on environmental compliance, regulatory issues, and sustainability. Sure, there's lots of news on the internet. In fact, there's too much. The advantage of our news clips is it's very focused on retail. We also have the RCC alert. It goes out once a month. It has information on the news, new content, events, training, and that summarizes all that information. It's the best way to keep up to date with what we're doing. And of course, we have a lot of webinars. So for some examples, this is an example of some previous webinars. We hold them about once a month. We do both environmental compliance and also sustainability and energy webinars. We always post the recordings. And so this shows, you can see on our website, the upcoming webinars. If you miss one, you can always go and review it. And usually the slides too on the website, you learn about this from the alerts. We always post those. We also have our blog. We have short, very focused, retail-oriented blog posts around environmental issues, compliance, sustainability. Those come out periodically. They're on our website, but we also highlight them on our alerts. So here's the alerts. That's how to keep up with what we're doing, keep up with the news, find out about webinars through our monthly alert. So I urge you to go to our website and sign up. So if you want more information, if you want to walk through the advisor or our website, please reach out and contact us. This is our team. We are also always happy to get information on feedback on our website and areas that we should be covering. So thank you for taking the time to learn about the RCC, and I hope that you find it valuable. Thank you.